Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for January 1st through the 7th of 2023. Happy New Year. We are kicking it off on the 1st, which is a Sunday, with the most magical initiation, Venus conjunct Pluto. This is the last one ever in Capricorn. So powerful. And it's an initiation and an energy that supports a brand new beginning in your personal life. Some aspect of your values and priorities have shifted or run their natural course, and this is a time to move in a completely new direction, even if it only feels like moving to your own next level with your love, finances, or relationships. Pluto adds intensity to the mix for better or worse, but also grants rare access to profound levels of connection within and with those that you are in alignment with on a soul level. This is the ultimate support for the power of love to transform all. Because your values and priorities are changing, relationships must also undergo a similar adjustment. When you change, everyone around you changes or goes away. Beware of value differences that can cause power struggles which are not productive. That's often just the ego distracting you from an opportunity to finally release some dead weight and move into the new with more ease and grace. Try to create circumstances that are win-win and mutually beneficial. This will allow the relationship to evolve rather than devolve or revolve back into the new cycle and thus repeating a negative pattern. Okay, deep breath. So very often with Pluto, if we don't change, we suffer. So let's honor the new values and priorities. Let's honor the new relationships and collaborations that want to be the focus for this year. You know, that new level of self-value and self-worth because you've shed another skin. You know, Pluto's been there for 16 years digging up in Capricorn. And let's say at least twice, because every 8 years, Venus goes back and resets in Capricorn. So we know we've had the last two there. Super powerful, once in a lifetime reset. So let's claim it and claim that beauty way and that sacred feminine way and know that that initiates our new year. I kind of like it. The very next day, on the 2nd, Monday, Mercury retrogrades sextiles Neptune for the second of 3 times. The first hit was Christmas Eve, 12/24. Then it'll be this week, January 2nd, and the final hit will be February 6th. So this is another juicy one that's helping us call in a new year and tell a new story as we call in the new year. This is a great energy for imagination, consciousness, and intuition. However, keeping a good filter to distinguish between your own perceptions and what you are picking up from those around you will be crucial to your success. Your mind may be tuned into a different channel than usual this week. You may have to rely on other senses, like your feelings or intuitive hunches. You may be very perceptive, picking up on the thoughts and feelings of others, which, if and when you are clear and your filters are working, can yield some surprising revelations about where their consciousness is at this time, better or worse. But it also reflects an aspect of your own consciousness that you may not have been aware of, so let's pay attention. Try to avoid work that requires any attention to detail. Allow your creativity to flow freely without censoring what comes through you at this time. You can organize it later. This is the energy to explore, create, and free flow. Deep breath. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is still doing its thing, rewiring us in that department. So as Venus initiates some new stuff there, and we rethink things, and we're recalibrating those containers for our creative ideas and infusing them with new energy and beauty and love and value, right? All of that is pouring into the vision for the new year. Meantime, Mercury is going to go backwards in all 3 earth signs this year, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So I've created custom tools to support each of the 3 Mercury retrogrades for 2023. They include their own unique divinations, breathwork, and meditations to maximize your individual reset during the pre-shadow, retrograde, and post-shadow periods. You can sign up for one or bundle all 3 downloads for a really deep discount. Also, it is recommended that you review the 65-minute replay, audio or video are both linked here, of my overview that we recorded live December 8th of 2022. So that is the overview for the whole year. If you want extra support because one or the other or all 3 stand out as important to you, then I recommend the custom tools. Same day on the 2nd, Monday, Venus enters Aquarius until January 26th. So if Venus in Capricorn is your conservative, dignified inner leader self, then when she's in Aquarius, she is embodying the inner visionary who joyfully and generously shares her unusual insight, deep wisdom, and radical ideas of human harmony that is possible if we cultivate it. Venus in Aquarius requires sovereignty and freedom in both her personal and professional relationships. So, this is our chance to check in to see how that is going for us as individuals. This is a time to allow your deep feminine wisdom to surface to guide you about the future of your relationships and finances. Venus in Aquarius activates an upgrade in your own self value, self worth, self love, and self knowledge. It's the ability to cultivate your own unique genius and share your individual light with the rest of the world without losing your true self in the process. We have permission to withdraw complicity from all relationships or agreements which keep us small, stifled, or imprisoned in any way. We are encouraged to connect with others who are a vibratory match, meaning that they share your values and priorities and want to work together as a couple or community. The shadow of Venus in Aquarius is to attach all value to humanity, the collective, the world, or the planet, never taking the time to develop the self or cultivate a true personal connection with any one human. It's detachment from the true essence of what prompts us to want to create a better world in the first place. We can get so busy creating it that we forget to live it in the moment. So activate your inner visionary and reorganize your values and priorities so that they reflect more authenticity, integrity, and you. Deep breath. And as she slips into Aquarius, by Wednesday, she links up with Jupiter in a sextile, which is an opportunity and it's a blessing because they are both the benefactors coming together in a positive angle. That's pretty juicy for the beginning of our year. It'll help to keep us optimistic and keeping the big picture in mind along the way. This energy expands your relationships, personal or professional, allowing you to gain traction in expressing the highest vibration that's possible for that particular connection. In personal relationships, things are sociable, light, and fun. In professional or public relationships, things can go more smoothly as folks are more relaxed and easygoing, upbeat, and open to exchanging ideas and concepts. This energy activates our innate optimism and natural positive thinking. So it is a good time to look into expanding your knowledge base in some kind of way that makes you more valuable to the team. You'll have that connection to your instincts and confidence with others that is a winning combination. Like I said, with these two as a benefactor, it means your priorities are in alignment, your integrity is in alignment, and you're magnetic. So you magnetize that abundance and support from the world and from others. Pretty juicy. That same day, Wednesday the 4th, I am having another open house for the Soul Sisters Circle. This one is for the monthly circle. And Puma is our guide. We will gather at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It is another one that is free because it's an open house, but you need to register to receive the tools and replay. The seasonal open house was a smashing success. And I'm very excited about the crew of people who want to get together for ceremony and ritual every 6 weeks. Check in at the turn of the wheel. But this monthly circle is all about you, the individual. And we go narrow and deep with the animal medicine to reconnect with our own instincts and intuition. And I just feel like animals really help us do that a little bit. So join us if you can for the launch. Or in the future, if you see an animal that speaks to you and you want to go deeper with some soul work, then that is what the Soul Sister Circle, the monthly circle, is all about. And of course, men are welcome. Those who are willing to do the soul work are welcome in the circle. That'll be Wednesday evening. The next day, Thursday the 5th, Sun is going to trine Uranus. This is another good one for the first week of the year. This energy is wonderful for a little self-examination and taking action on your own behalf. Look at your habits, home situation, work, or anything else that is important to you, and look at how you've gotten to where you are. What kind of choices led to here? This is a good time to look around and see how you can conserve what is useful and release that which is no longer relevant for you going forward. It is also a good energy for organizing and clearing the deck, so to speak, of things that have piled up but still need to be dealt with or released altogether. So you may be feeling very practical, possibly selfish, but it's actually self-preservation. This is a good time for it. The next day, Friday the 6th, is the Cancer full moon. This is our complement to the Capricorn super new moon. This is a great opportunity to release the past, near and far, do some forgiveness work, and learn to listen to your heart and think with your feelings. Cancer energy tends to make us want the comfort of the familiar. But if we don't start getting comfortable with the unfamiliar new territory that 2023 offers, then we are only setting ourselves and the planet up for repeating devastating mistakes. Even if it takes you all year to actually release your attachments to the past, people, places, or circumstances, please do your best because it is completely supported. We are moving toward new ways of feeding, nurturing, and taking care of ourselves and the planet. We all need to realign our ideas and definitions of mother. Mother is the portal we all come through and return to, and we can no longer afford to forget that. More than ever, our feeling nature will guide us through this year, and it is imperative that you are able to commune with your feeling nature in an effective way, which means listening to your gut and getting the message of your moods, which shouldn't distract or debilitate you, but show you something your conscious mind may not be aware of or able to handle properly. Ultimately, full moons always bring release. So think in terms of your Capricorn goals, especially for 2023, and then look at how or where you need to release ideas, thoughts, or behaviors which do not contain, nurture, and protect all that you are, all that you love, and all that you are co-creating. I would also add to reflect on the new beginnings that you kicked off 6 months ago during June, July of 2022. At that time, we seeded new ways of nourishing our own mind, body, and soul. How is that going right now? Remember, full moons are also midpoints, which makes them the best course correcting time in either a month or a year. So deep breath. Cancer full moon is shining a light on where we need some self-care and replenishment, okay, in order to manifest those goals, in order to handle the structure that we're setting up. We have to make sure that our internal systems and our personal issues are all, in order to the extent that they can be, right? At least on the onset of the year. What's blocking those Capricorn goals from manifesting? Let's look at that. And Saturday the 7th, Mercury retrograde conjunct Sun kicks off the whole new cycle. Every time it retrogrades 3 times a year, 3, sometimes 4, it kicks off a whole new cycle of expression, of self-expression. So this energy does compel you to express on a new level. Communication is often a focus. Just make sure that it's reciprocated. What I mean is two-way communication, an exchange of ideas. As you initiate this new cycle of self-expression, you will have access to some powerful energy that can and probably will help you make a difference or an impression on others if you need to. This is a good time to travel if possible. However, if not physically, then mentally through visualization or within your own area locally. Because if you explore a new direction, you are much more likely to discover something new. This energy opens you up to a download of more information than usual, so pay attention. If you are solid and organized, you may even gain some much-deserved recognition from others that you have earned through your individual efforts. Deep breath. So since it's still technically retrograde, this may be some recognition that was delayed and is somehow catching up with you now. Before I dive into the upcoming events, I have linked the 2023 energetic overview. And then what happened this year is the 2023 special alignments took on a life of their own, honey. So it was just getting to be a little too much in one audio. So I broke it into 3 parts: the Jupiter activations, Mars activations, and the North Node activations. So we're working with our truth and story, our life path and direction, and our choices and actions. So it's a powerful year, and it just depends on where your focus is. You know me, I'm always telling you to pick a planet, any planet, and you can get the support you need. So rather than overwhelm you in some, 60 to 90 minute audio, I broke it into pieces. And I hope that helps you navigate the year and come back to it periodically so that you can refresh your memory about where you're supposed to be and where the energy's at that supports you, because we don't want to be pushing the river. And to that end, I have made a list for 23 and 24. For 9 months of the year, I will offer a free community event once a month that covers some kind of special alignment or important transition. So January is basically my new Soul Sister Circle. We did the seasonal launch and now we're doing the monthly launch. February, I'm going to do the free call on the supermoons for the year of 23. In March, we're going to talk about Saturn moving into Pisces from 23 to 26. So that's a 2.5, 3-year process that we're embarking upon. April activates the new Aries Libra axis of eclipses and nodes. May, Jupiter moves into Taurus and conjuncts the North Node in Taurus, which is a powerful alignment that hasn't happened in Taurus since 1929. Other than that, Jupiter makes its 12 years circle, and these two link up for an initiation about every 7 years. So there is a rhythm to these two getting together that would be really potent and powerful to pay attention to. And I talked about that on the special alignments, Jupiter activations audio and video. It should be up on my podcast and my YouTube channel by now. So each month will be something. Each season, we're working on some sacred crafts and things that we're doing in that Soul Sister Circle. So lots of new things for 23 to keep us engaged, to upgrade our spiritual practices, like I've talked about. And to that end, we have more events immediately lined up before I jump into some classes. So at the end of this blog is a list of all these events coming up because I want you to have a heads up on those dates. This week ends on the 7th, but on Wednesday the 11th, I'm doing Death the Masterclass with Nasa Bawa, who is a soul sister and colleague of mine that is doing amazing ancestral reverence work and healing of the sacred feminine and our ancient wounds. And she's doing amazing work in the world that I really want to support. And we're collaborating on this because I do believe that our culture at this time could use some grief protocols and some more wisdom around the life-death life cycle. So we're going to get deep with it on 111, which is a very special alignment to walk through those gates. So I thought that was interesting that we sort of unconsciously scheduled it for that. That's Wednesday, and that'll be 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Pacific. The following Wednesday, January 18th, will be my regular Venus Circle with a special guest, Teresa Reese, who has Soul Elephant on IG and on Instagram. She is another amazing sister teaching some skills in the world that we desperately need at this time. And so when we get to the reclamation side of the Venus Circle, I like to invite new teacher guides in to share their tools and expertise because basically we've done all this release work. We've cleared space to bring in the new. We don't want to slip back into old habits. So we want to have some new modalities or some new practices to turn to keep us inspired and keep us moving in that new direction that we worked so hard to get to, right? So I'm very excited for the next couple of months. We're going to have special guest teachers every time. So join us when you can. This month is Aquarius and the third eye chakra, where we are reclaiming some very deep things. And the archetype and the story is going to be powerful. It's pretty rich, and we ask for a $25 donation there. Also, we're closing in on the end of January for registration. If you want to join me and Yeye Louise Tish for the Revelations class, that is called Your Secret Life Revealed Through Daydreams, Nightmares, and Visions of Your Future. This is going to be a powerful 8-week course, lots of custom goodies included. Any class with Yeye Tish is going to change your life, I guarantee you. So if you're interested in joining us to discuss sleep styles, dream journaling, establishing our symbol systems, and meeting our dream totems and ancestral guides. Like I said, this is powerful and deep, transformative soul work. And it's all for you during the winter time when we're supposed to be incubating a vision and calling in those dreams to guide us from our own soul, no middleman, no translator necessary, right? That's what we're calling in. So join us for that in February, March. Like I said, 8 weeks. Yeye and I will be getting together for that on Sundays. And at the moment, Tuesdays in February, March are slotted for my Astro 101 class. So let's sign up for that by the end of January too, because there is a custom workbook and personal custom goodies that each of you get to navigate that class that I need a week or so to get put together and mailed, snail mail to you. So that's why it's important to have these events listed at the bottom of the blog just so you can get in and get registered in time and you don't miss any of the good stuff. So Happy New Year once again. I hope you have a fantastic week. Reach out if you need to. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.